What the what the bloody hell is going on here? It makes no sense. Nothing is making sense here. Okay, so we've got something happening. Oh my God! What the fuck is going on? Anyway, it looks like we've got the stream. Seriously, I have no idea what's really going on. It's bizarre. I had to actually go into the YouTube live streaming system, right, and connect Streamlabs from there. I have no idea what it's all about. Anyway, we are here. Another... whew, every time, or not every time, but at least every 4 weeks, something changes here in YouTube or Streamlabs, and it makes the job so much harder to try to get anything to frickin' work. Anyway, we got something happening. Hey guys, how are you going? Let's play the jingle. Where's the jingle? It's absolutely crazy. Yay, the ads are working out. Yeah, good on you, YouTube. You got to get your ads in there, don't you? Jesus Christ. Anyway, yeah, so a bit of a 10-minute delay there trying to work out what's going on with the bloody software. Normally when you do the Streamlabs, what you do is just basically you click a button that says go live and bang. Today I actually had to go into to YouTube, right, on the live stream setting, this one here, right, I had to use this particular screen behind me. I actually had to go and actually click the start button up here in YouTube. What the hell? Anyway, so I better not close that window because it might close the bloody whole stream as well. So something's weird. Anyway, good morning, gentlemen, and any ladies there? I don't know. It's always the guys. We need to do something about getting more women into the chat here. So let's get it. So who is? So Mark Dern. Good afternoon from wherever you. That's right. Come on, once I get it together. Yeah, got it together now. First occasion I'm on, and I'm like, yeah, Mr. Big W. Yes, that's the way it works around here. It's best laid plans of mice. Best Friday off in ages. Must be 2020. Yeah, I know. Our 5-year mission to get through 2020. Put some Windex. Maybe I need some Windex. That's what it is. Good idea. What else have we got? Forgot to pay the. Yeah, no, I always make sure to pay the bill. Internet is fine. That's right. That was me. To turn it on and off. Yes, that's what I think I needed to reboot the whole system. CCP. I don't know. The CCP is a really weird place, isn't it? Wouldn't put it past them. Swift kick in the hard drive. Yes. Re-rack the cars. I'm live. Yes. The ads are working. Up to you're up. Put a Honda hat on and it will work. Yeah, fine. Give me a break. Tommy J, g'day. The Philippines for us. Hello from the Philippines. G'day. Okay. Well. Live stream. I was out last night, so I'm actually amazed. I'm actually up this morning. But isn't Bangkok a crazy place? Had some interesting comments from the video I put out yesterday. Where's all the rest of my... Okay, so channel comments. Is that actually running? I'm just looking at that screen now as well. Okay, that's working. Yeah, so we had some interesting comments come through, on and even more Fun times, crazy times living in Bangkok. At the beginning, you said you don't have any idea much about political in Thailand, so you should not give your opinion like a Thai protest cannot wait for the next election for Thailand. Yes, there's so many people sort of really don't know the real situation over here, do they? Country, you cannot trust them. Yeah, I like Shania. Said very sensitive to talk about this. Yes, it is a very sensitive subject. We're not here to talk about the protests, of course. We just talk about the crazy times living here. Tourism won't be returned. Well, they've opened the borders, haven't they? The borders are open. Live more life. Can you reckon any popular bicycle brands? Well, I've seen bicycles in Big C. I can't sort of say I recommend any brands. Bicycles, I wouldn't even know I would be able to recommend a bicycle brand in Australia, let alone Thailand. It's not something I do. Mr. Thomas Ogden, where are you? You're late.
Hiding out.
You're late to the party. Anyway,
I am.
not that it really matter. Like, it took me 10 minutes to get the damn stream going for some reason.
Because I wasn't here to help you.
I don't know. It's just weird. It wanted me to click a button in YouTube to connect the stream to the stream. What the hell?
YouTube will screw everything up. It's the election. The election's causing it.
I have no idea what's going on. Yes, I got nothing. I got no idea about bicycles. Bicycles, they're something you pedal,
they got
aren't
two
they?
wheels, just like the motorcycle.
Yeah, they're motorcycles without motors. Honda don't make them, so I can't recommend. Honda or Kawasaki don't make bicycles, I don't think, so I can't recommend a brand at all. What's a reasonable rate for electricity and water? I think the house we're in here, I think our water bill comes in monthly. I think it's about 200 baht, maybe 210 baht per month. Something like that. I don't pay that bill, so what is it? 200.
That's super cheap.
Clear all. What's that in Australian dollars? Australian dollars not doing too well at the moment. So 210. Come on, give me the right damn screen converter. 210. So that's $9.40 a month, Australian dollars. Definitely sort of better than what we were paying in Australia. There's something the mother pays for that because that's just the way it is. Electricity, well, we have a high electricity usage compared to most Thai households because I've got this air conditioner runs when I'm home, which I think costs, because it's there's a 22,000 BTU, that costs about maybe 1,200 baht a month just for that air conditioner run. But of course, there's an air conditioner in Mother's room, and we've got all the sewing machines downstairs, which are like they're 400 watt motors that are constantly spinning. That runs 12 hours a day. So our electricity bill comes to about 5,000 baht a month, on average, whatever that is. So yeah, it's $223 a month, which is, well, as a single person in Australia, that's about what I was paying in Australia to run my, the 5-bedroom house. But I was the only person living here, so it's 6 of one, half of the other. I think typically, the Thai households probably without air conditioning, probably racking up 300 to 400 baht a month for electricity costs. That's just basically lighting and ancillaries, a farang probably would be, typically maybe 2,000 baht a month would be a typical price for a farang living in a condo somewhere. I would guess that's with an air conditioner and their computer system. So yeah. But that bicycles, that's the good one, Ralph. Like, if you want to talk about bicycles, Chuck's the man. He's the one who's he's the fitness freak, And of course, there's who's the other guy?
They don't
drops
like
in.
to be called freaks. They're enthusiasts.
Yeah, that's that what it is. Fitness freaks. And what's the other one? What's the other guy's channel? I just got to remember. Keep on losing track of the people's names here. Just trying to think of his name. Hold on. Let me just go to my other page. There's another guy. I'm just trying to think of his name. I haven't seen him do anything much on video lately. So it's just Jim Andrews. He drops into the channel. What's he done recently? 1 month ago. Because he's not in Thailand, he's got not much to talk about in Thailand. I don't think he's been out. I think he got stranded in England. Wants to get back. But he's also a bicycle enthusiast, so he's probably another guy you could talk to. Looking for condos. Well, we did that a little while ago. I don't know if you want to go down and look at some more condo pricing. The unit charge. Like I'd have to find my bill. I'd have a recent bill. That's just
Right for kicks on?
Is he? Oh, well, up to him.
Oh, Roy.
But I always put my bills in here. I think I can find one.
Yeah, he's definitely a motorcycle enthusiast.
That's not the bill. That's not. Is that electricity bill? No, it's not electricity bill. I keep everything, of course, but I think I can. You think I can find anything in my bills drawer? A cluttered desk and a cluttered drawer is a sign of intelligence, they tell me. God, I must be a genius. I can't easily place, out of all the papers in here, I can't easily place my hand on a recent bill. So there you go.
I figured out that I'm so cluttered, I'm just an idiot savant.
Is that an idiot savant? Is that what it is I said I'd have to then translate it because I can't read the damn bills anyway, so I just pay the bill. It gives you a unit charge, but I don't know what it is, so I'd have to look it up. I think it's something you can probably Google. I have not lived in a condo in Australia. I did live in a what they call a flat, which is similar to condos. We didn't have an air conditioner in that, but that's Australia. It's a different kettle of fish. And I guess it wouldn't be really comfortable either.
If you need a car, don't buy a condo. Why is that? Because you won't have any place to park it if you buy a condo?
That's that one. Travelling man, if you need a car, don't buy a condo. Yeah, well, I think from what I can understand, you do get assigned a parking space, but whether you can actually put your own car in your own car space, that's
hit or miss.
It's a bit of a hit or miss situation. I think a lot of the condos, I think where Tim was, it's like a free for all. You go in and he could, he was parking wherever he could freaking put his car. Sometimes they tried to get it. There was just no assigned parking. So I guess that's another weird one as well. There's Andy Stubbs, $10 a month. That's the water bill, of course. Australia is the dearest power supply in the world. I don't know what they're paying in Australia. I don't know what I was as at 4.5 years ago. I was paying about maybe $300 a quarter. Is that right? No, $3. I can't.
I pay 150 US here
No,
per month in Arizona.
Yeah. $300 a month I think I was paying. It's been so long. I'm having a bit of a mental blank. I don't like to think back that far because I know it was expensive. I went through a whole thing of shutting things down, and the only thing that pretty much ran was the air conditioner in summer, air conditioner in reverse cycle in winter, and my computer system, and of course the fridge. I think I used to have a waterbed, and I actually had to ditch the waterbed because the waterbed alone was sort of like $150 a month just to keep the water at the right temperature. Had the waterbed for 20 years. But the price of electricity just skyrocketed. I had to get rid of it. It was ridiculous. Where are we? Banana King's joined us. G'day, Banana King. Roy Gore, hi Adrian. Lucas at Ride for Kicks his motorcycle. Lucas at Ride for Kicks his motorcycles. Also, he's looking at a new condo in Pattaya. Might be a good source for condo. Yeah, if you, again, so I can only go to a website and give you some pricing, and I'm pretty sure that if you're looking at the pricing on website, for housing and condos, there's a link on my page. I can definitely put the link up there for you. What would they call themselves? Thailand Realty.
There's a lot of links on there for Thailand condos.
Thailand property, open a new tab. I'll get away with it. Yes. Where are we? So there's the place that I can paste.
I'm just hoping the area that Foreigner Joe's in right now will be as nice as it is in 5 years as it is now. That just looks beautiful down there.
Yeah. There's some definitely nice places to live. Bangkok's the crazy place. No, that's what you got to deal with in Bangkok.
Thank you. I'm not a big city boy.
Aren't you?
No. Seattle was enough for me. Seattle's decent sized.
Sean Marks joined us, and then Dalo. G'day Sean. How you doing?
Hey Dalo.
Mark Verdun says the rate is the same as in Australia, 20 cents per kilowatt hour. And one of the things we don't get an off-peak, option here, which is what I ran in Australia. I had an off-peak rate because
Ralph, I think.
Go on.
Nothing. Ralph Lewis was commenting on what his rate is in the Pacific Northwest, and I think mine's at least 74 USD. But what area of the Pacific Northwest are you in? I mean, that encompasses a huge area.
And Joe has joined us. G'day, Joe. How you doing? Condos on Airbnb as low as 6,000 baht a month now. Amazing deals in Pattaya. But yeah, you still can't come here to take an option, can you? It's only if you're here can you leverage those prices. There is a law, the fact that the Airbnb are not supposed to allow you to actually rent an Airbnb location unless, of course, it's a 1 month stay. But sort of some of them get around that somehow. I'm pretty sure there's some bribes going on. But yeah, so...
I mean, looks to me like that price for 1 month. I mean, wouldn't you pay almost that for a week in a regular hotel?
No. I think when I used to play, so that was when I was taking hotels. This was 15 years ago. It's the Narai was $65 a night. I finally found a half decent, a place half that price. It worked at about $39 US a night, and that was a little bit further down Sathon, which was for the Forum Park Hotel. It was only ever rated at 3.5 stars, but as far as I was concerned, it was just as good as the Narai. And it meant, if I wanted to go to Silom, which Narai's on that road, with the BTS is on, I'd have to catch a taxi from the Forum Park. But it wasn't a big deal. I think it was 40 baht for the taxi ride up to Silom.
40 baht. That's just so cheap. You can't get a taxi in Seattle for under $25 US.
Yeah. Well, I was coming home last night. We were me and Jerry out again last night. We went down to see Susie. We left there at 9 o'clock, went wandering. So I caught a taxi home from from Silom there, or from not Silom, from Sukhumvit, and that was 240 baht.
Like $8 US. That's cheap.
So 240 baht, $10 Right, I don't know what's a flagfall on an Australian cab these days. I think the flagfall minimum in Australia is $5. Right, it was a 3.5 kilometre trip from Hornsby Station to my house. Was it? No, probably yeah, well, 4 kilometre, and that would cost me $17 just to go from Hornsby to Hornsby Heights. And from Sukhumvit to here is 25 kilometres. $10. Can't really go wrong. When you're at 1 o'clock in the morning, that's the situation you've got. It's a taxi ride only because they shut the BTS and MRTs at 12. Mr. Mitch, he's joined the party. G'day, Mr. Mitch.
Mr. Mitch.
Just going to just scrolling down. So yes, Dowley misses Bangkok. Yeah. When you're coming over here, Dowley, we're going to have to go and party. Have to do a party night when you get over here. We're going to have to do a lot of parties when everybody finally gets to go over here. Oh, we did actually hear from one of our what do you call it, expats. When I say expats, one of the guys for our meetup expats, Vance. He was doing a run to Colombia late March this year. So that's what they like to travel, So he was doing a run to Colombia. He landed in Texas there somewhere. I think it was Texas. He said he landed, and they shut the flights to Colombia, and they shut the flights to Thailand on the same day. So there he is. He's been stranded in Texas for 9 months.
Oh, poor guy. I hope he's a Texan. If not, he won't be able to handle it.
But yeah, so he's just gone through and jumped all the hoops, right? Got his COE, got his all the stuff that and he landed in Bangkok last night, and he's doing his 2 weeks sit-in now. What we've only been able to communicate on Facebook, and he said it's been a crazy ride. And there was 2 flights he had to get from the States to Taipei. I think he flew into Taipei yesterday morning, and then get the final flight link from Taipei. I don't know what airline it was, but. We will get the chance to talk to Vince in a couple of weeks' time when he finishes the quarantine, and it might make an interesting video, or maybe if we can organise something for a live stream, who knows. But we'll definitely sort of see if we can link up and get you some real solid information from one of our close friends here about the crazy shit he's had to deal with getting back into this country. But it's proven to us that you can do it. It's just a bit of a struggle. Robert McInasia, g'day, how you doing? Ralph just looks just the same everywhere. Electric baseboard. What do we talk about? Electric baseboard heaters in the bedrooms, each on separate thermostats. Talking about heating? Who does heating? We're in Thailand. We don't do heating over here.
Must be the person in Pacific Northwest.
Yeah. It's just too much hassle to get in. No, it's not. I said it was a process that he was well informed of. Right, you need to do this. It was a paint by number system, but it was a long, drawn out process from our understanding. But as I said, I'll get more I'll get more information when he finishes his quarantine. What's our opinion on in building a house in Isan for a girlfriend? Well, that's going to really depend on the relationship. Live more life. Is the relationship solid enough to guarantee the fact that is a genuine girlfriend to start with? And are you living in the house with the girl? That's a lot of questions. Bit of what's my opinion? Well, I wouldn't be building a house just for her. I would never think of doing something like that. I'd be building a house for us to live in, That's something we did look at last year, whether moving to Sukhothai and building on mother's land with a 50-year lease, building a nice 3-bedroom up there and living up in Sukhothai, well, Sisam area. But it really came down to Shanya's. She's lived in Bangkok all her life. She's a Bangkok girl, and she didn't really want to move. She thought about it, entertained the idea, but really felt it was not going to be something she wanted to pursue. So it's up to her. I'm trying to make her dreams come true. She's got to put up with me half the time.
Poor girl.
Yeah, Darlow's up for a party. Yep. So we'll definitely make sure we're starting at Susie's, and we'll go for a boys' night out through all the nasty areas in Bangkok. Jerry B, why'd you leave me there, Jerry? Seriously, it's trying to get out of that place after you left. Oh my God, great wingman you are, Mr. Jerry B.
You had wingman.
Yeah, well, so we were both out, running around, and he bailed, left me there for an extra half hour before I could get out of there. It was a good night. The girls, they surround you. They don't let you get out.
You don't just have to show an empty wallet for them to throw you out?
Well, I suppose that I could have faked that. Maybe that's what I need to do. I need to fake an empty wallet situation. Pull out an empty wallet.
One with wallet, one with money in it, one that doesn't.
Oh, sorry, no money. I go now.
You pull out the empty wallet. You go. Oh, I gotta go home.
No money, no money, no honey. I go home now. Quick.
Oh no. Sounds like that might be a good tip for people for Thailand.
Yeah, good tips for Thailand. But yes, we went down to one of the I think Soy Cowboy, red light district area. There's one of the clubs there that plays good rock and roll music. And we spent about an hour and a half there, just watching the girls dance and buying them a few drinks. I think
it's bad rock and roll music.
And again, so in that one there, I think a total of five patrons came in that hour and a half. That's how dead the red light district is here in Bangkok at the moment. It's ridiculous. It's a real sad state. Yeah, and all those girls, they got to keep somebody happy.
Yeah, I was watching Simon's live stream last week, and he and Mem and everybody were out, and they were the only people in the bar other than the girls.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's what it's like.
They showed pictures out on the road, and it's like each bar had one farang in it, and it was surrounded by 5 girls, and it's like each bar had their own patron. So it was like you had your own private club. It's like, wow.
Roy Goyd, poor guy, I got stuck in Thailand. That's luck for you. You were lucky then. I used to have Roy. You still on one of those visa amnesty extensions, or did you finally get yourself a visa? Let us know how that went.
Isn't that up the end of this month?
I think that's so. I think the end of November it finishes. They've extended I don't know. It changes daily. I've given up even trying to inform people on this sort of stuff. Really. This is why I thought it's how crazy is living in Bangkok. It's got to the stage where nothing makes sense. If you don't like chaos, don't come to Thailand. It is really quite crazy shit.
I'm a member of Chaos, so I should fit right in.
You'd fit right in, yeah, sir. Yeah, Mark, we're doing, yeah. So plenty of horror stories out there about building a house for your girl. You never get to own it. Well, there is a methodology, and I still haven't got all the inside story on how you do that. But I believe in a marriage situation, you can set up for a 49% ownership. Exactly how that works in a case of divorce, right, and what the hurdles and hoops that you go through. There is a channel called Thai Legal that runs a lot of information about this sort of stuff, and maybe it's something you can go and check out with, I'm sure they got some videos there about how all those sort of things work. But yeah, I've heard some horror stories. Was it the Rufflers?
Hilo 415. Hey,
Here
hello,
we do
California, Arizona here.
Heat and no air conditioning. Yeah, I had a reverse cycle air conditioner in Australia. I also had a big big wood fire, but the price of wood heating became ridiculous as well. It was okay through the 80s.
If you don't have your own wooded lot, you're going to be paying out the.
Well, in the 80s it was fairly inexpensive, but then of course everybody started putting these wood heaters in, and there was all the price gouging that started because wood became a scarce. They had to bring in wood from a longer distance, and the price of wood went up. To get something like a good boxwood, the hardwood box and things like that, it got expensive.
I was in the Pacific Northwest, so we would just go get our wood cutting permit, $25 for a few cords of wood, and go up and cut it, but. You kept having to pull from farther and farther off the roadway. It took actual work to collect the wood.
Yeah.
I'm averse to work.
So live more life. Are you actually living with your girl and her mum at the moment, or are you stranded somewhere out and trying to get back? Let us know what because that's pretty much half the situation. I wouldn't be sort of bothered building unless, of course, we're going to be living in it with her. And if it's just a gratuity, I think it's that's a lost cause. That sounds like sounds more like the old sick buffalo sort of syndrome.
The grandmother needing the operation situation.
Yeah, I've heard about that one too. Scrolling down. I'm trying to keep up and make sure keep the audience entertained. I'm really I said that 10-minute delay just getting things started really has thrown a curveball. It really has. I had a whole head full of things we wanted to talk about today, and then it's completely gone out the door. I'll have to rerun this. How crazy is Bangkok? But.
That's pretty normal route that they put bans on. Oregon, you have to have a catalytic on it. There's a lot of things, but you get out in the country and you can get away with it.
Okay, so Peter Cobb again. We get people asking about the Discord, right? Okay, so let's give you a quick rundown on what the Discord is again. Right, now you're going to see my Discord, of course. This is my Discord. I'll make it a bit smaller. So now I don't have a little highlighter to make it any easier to explain. It is an application, and the application is on your phone as well, so you can get it, like this little Discord app. Some people use the Discord app phone app. I use the desktop app, and you've also got a web page as well. You can go to a standard browser page. It's very connectable. But what it is the fact that, like I have a channel here for our Patreons, which is their direct line to us. That gets priority as #1 billing. This is my standard channel. This is my Calista Liberation Front Discord channel. And this is the, like when you come in here, you'll get this welcome screen. You've got to obviously agree to the terms and conditions we've got here by typing I agree, which means you've acknowledged that. Once you've agreed to it, there's obviously, you're seeing it from an administrator point of view. You probably won't see all this. We got the foyer, which we got a general chat. We just general. This is me talking to Richard. He left a message there, and I was just telling about our friend coming in. When you first land, you'll land and introduce yourself. What we need to do, you need to introduce yourself. Once you've introduced yourself, if I know who you are, right, then I'll instantly sort of go in here, and then I will assign some security roles, which then opens up the rest of the thing for you. On top of that, we got live stream suggestions. We got some just funny shit. We got a music playing bot that plays music in one of the voice channels. We talk about. Go on.
I love the only in Thailand channel.
Yeah.
We got some great
Moves.
posts in there.
You know, we talk about different, so we put things in here to link, so introduce yourself, so you just come in there. Wild, wild card, wild card Sam. Okay, it says wild card Sam. I don't know who that is. Right, he needs to obviously introduce himself, and then I'll give him some security. He won't see all this until he's actually agreed to the terms and conditions, and of course, then he tells us who he is, because like wildcard Sam's anybody. It could be Mr. Big W for all I know, but he has to let me know that, then I'll give him this, you know, these people here haven't done anything to introduce themselves yet, so they haven't got any security. They just see pretty much three text. They see the general chat, they can't type into it. They can see, yeah. So he's obviously somebody's just done that, so and next one off, there we go. Couple mark up. So just for fun, this is where I haven't been doing much on my chaos, my Callisti TV webpage recently. I've just been too busy with other things. But what I do is every time I find the memes, I throw them in here, and then they go on the Callisti Liberation site. Introduce yourself. Samantha from Texas. Hi, Samantha. Okay. See, now that we know who Samantha is from Texas, right, we'll give them a full Discordian role, right, and that's all good. Okay, so raise a glass for a better democracy. Exactly. Yeah, Mr. Exinilo. I think I always say that wrong. So Wildcard Sam's now got the full security. They'll see all these text channels. Moving into when we link things for, you know, what's TV and programs we're talking about. You know, like things I've seen, the Warriors. That was something I watched recently. I was talking about with somebody. Latest videos, of course, I always link my latest videos in here. Only Thailand, there's some of the stuff here. That's a good one. Straight police, you know, straight police station. Gays need not go there. You know? That was savage. Gays need not apply. The sort of crazy shit you see in Thailand. You know, some of these things are crazy shit. But it's just like, unlike Facebook Messenger, which is, you know, unless of course you're prepared to scroll back through the tirade of a massive group. Like we've got 130 people in our Discord channel. And if you've got all those people chatting and trying to find something that was talked about a month ago is impossible. At least this way here with the text channels, you've got a better chance of drilling into something that was talked about a month ago. It's a better way of organising. What's cooking? I wanted to start to do something with, you know, talk about Thai food, right? But hasn't really kicked off yet. General news, we put some information about general sort of Thailand, you know, general news. Not a Thailand focus. Thailand travel, you know, things to do with Thailand travel. Useful links, whenever you can't find a place to put something else, you put in the useful links. Richard was going to give us some lessons on Bitcoin. What games you're playing. Of course, when I stream games, I've got a bot that puts the link of the stream in the channel. Thailand stuff. There's a gum that talking about something, right? And of course these ones here, these ones with the little speaker, these are the voice channels. Well, there's two voice channels. This one here is the general lobby. When we're in there, it means the fact that you can actually stream music into that. We try to remember to use the on-air streaming because it's the bot is banned from running in that channel, because then you get to deal with the copyright bullshit. So, and this is something I've created. Now my channel runs a specific way. Of course, when it comes to that, then of course you've got the different games we play as well. These are my favourite games and my crew playing these games. The current one we're playing is Dual Universe, but we're actually playing with a larger group, not just the people who are in my Discord. That's actually through here, through the Chaos Network. This is my friend Lucifer. This is his channel. Currently, we've got Big B in the voice channel, and we've got Technic. He's not talking, but he's in another voice channel. And this is where we go to hang out when we're playing Dual Universe. He's got a few more people in his Discord. I think I haven't done a recent count. There's how many people is in his. He's got 129 offline plus all those. He's probably got about 50 more people in his Discord than mine. He's got a bigger Discord channel, but that's where we go if we're playing Dual Universe, and we hang out in there. Just because I'm not in my channel doesn't mean I'm not around. What you'll see, like Oggy here, and you'll see it even in my channel. There's Oggy's, he's playing Dual Universe, so he's playing a game. He might not be here in this voice channel, but he's playing there. I could then sort of do there, and I could I could send him a private message in his private message. Then of course that's private. I shouldn't really show private messages, but we can communicate just like you do in Facebook, one-on-one, and we send private messages to each other, right? And I might ping him and say, what server are you on right now, so I can join you, or vice versa. He might, so there's always that one-on-one communication going on. So I always refer to it as, it's like Facebook Messenger on steroids. It really does everything that you want to do to communicate with your friends and associates and all that sort of stuff, and gamers and so on. Our channel is
video chat.
Yeah, and we can go in here, like I said. There's put your video on there for a second, Oggy. So you'll just let's get his camera out. So yeah, when we're in that channel, we can actually focus on that channel. I can't, because I've only got the one camera, and Streamlabs has my camera, so I can't turn my camera on. It'll actually it'll give me an error message. Well, it should give me an error message. It's trying to hook into the camera, but it won't. So because the camera's hooked up by the Streamlabs. But yeah, so Oggy's now turning on his camera, and there's the Ogster from his big home in where are you? Arizona.
Phoenix, Arizona.
Phoenix, Arizona. Now we can have
my 400 square foot abode.
Yeah, with the video chat, I think we're going to have up to 25 people in the video chat. Is that right?
I've never tried.
I think it's either 25 or 50. You can have 50 people in a video chat. The software is free. Now, of course, I've got my server boosted because like I use Discord, so I contribute to the Discord system. So I've actually bought boosts. That I've got a subscription with the boosting system. I've got a level 1 for that boosting. 15 more boosts gives me more lurks and perks with the it gives you more throughput. But I find the level 1 was fine. I'd need another sort of 7 people to come in and then do a subscription to boost to level 2 and level 3. But Lucifer just checked out level 3, and really it's really just giving more money to them. They run. You don't have to give money to them. I just find that I wanted to post longer videos. When you upload videos to it, I think you're limited to like 5 megabytes for a video upload into your text channels. By going to the first level of boost, which is a subscription, I could then boost it up to, I think I've got an 80 meg limit for a video clip that I can put into the Discord. Most time when you're doing video clips, you're doing a link from somewhere else, but little stupid videos, then you can upload as well. So, but that's Discord, and you're quite free to do all of, I don't know, has he introduced? He has Samantha from Texas. So, but whether Samantha from Texas is actually going to join us in the in the voice chat, that's another thing altogether. So I'm still in that channel. So that's right. He's streaming, but I'm going to move that back over to my other screen. So say goodbye to Oggy again. We'll just put him over here.
Bye.
Bye. But yes, so that's Discord. Now I've completely lost my track of where we were. Hopefully that explained everything for Discord. And everybody's free to come and join us anytime you want. If I'm not in that channel, I'll be in a channel somewhere. Usually, if you can see me playing a game, it means I'm around. So it's just ping me, and then I'll come from where I am, and I'll just excuse myself from that channel, and come back to our channel and we'll have a chat. But I can't easily add you to other people's channels. They're other private servers, and you need to be invited to those servers. Now, we run a public server, right, which means the fact that if you've got a link, you can join. You just get limited access until you go through jump a couple of hoops, right? And the hoops are not bad. It's just like, agreeing to the terms and conditions. If you're bad, then you'll get muted and banned and all that sort of stuff. We try to run it, within a realms of decency. There's a lot of swearing and cursing goes on, especially when Oggy crashes his ship. But that's Oggy swearing, not me. I'm just
very okay. I crash my ship all the time, so it's a continuous stream of swearing.
That's it. Yeah. I'm always out rescuing.
I am the crash master.
Crash master. I know. Sort of Lucifer does a pretty good job as well.
Yeah, but I do it more often in the day.
Okay, I've created a Discord account. Please send me the link later. Okay. Jerry's got his Discord account. He's going to join the Discord, but later. We'll have to walk him through it. Anyway, so what have I missed? How was that? Paul in Sydney? Go on, sorry.
I was going to say Samantha is saying that she hates her voice, but I'm about the same way. But luckily, I don't have to hear my voice. I just get to hear everybody else's.
Mm-hmm. Hi, was it from Paul in Sydney? G'day, how you doing? Xavier, g'day, how you doing? Sorry if I'm a bit late to say hello. I was just going through a bit of an introduction on the Discord again. So the one thing that I always talk about the Discord is the fact that you don't get Google and Facebook and all these other major corporations spying on what you talk about. So if we talk about hamburgers, I won't then get hit on Facebook with all the ads for hamburgers. We can talk freely in Discord, and nobody's listening apart from the people in Discord. It's privacy assured. Unlike Zoom, which still doesn't run in a secure fashion, Zoom is obviously a video chat. That's still running HTTP only. It doesn't have a HTTPS. And of course Zoom runs out of China, so you've probably got 1,000 people listening in on your conversations. This is Discord. It's a westernized program. It's run out of, I think it's US owned. Our server's in Singapore, so that gives us good throughput for our general audience. But yeah, so it's just this is what we use. This is the way we hang out. What do we got? San Francisco, California. Probably how far are we off the list? Just think positive in my case. It's been a rough week. Pops fell, and that's no good. Not good news, Mr. Mitch.
Sorry to hear that, Mr. Mitch. Yeah, my mom's 92 and fell last year. She's up and around just fine, so hopefully he has as easy a recovery.
Surgery went well. That's good to hear. But 89 is a good innings. You can't really see go wrong. And people, I hope to upload my consciousness to the meta web, in 10 years' time. So
they need to hurry up and get that ready.
Ray Kurzweil reckons it's 2029. But that's only sort of 9 years away. Whether we actually get to the singularity and the mega web, that really comes down to the two quantum, what do you call it? The ability to harness qubits, quantum processors. Yes.
Yep.
Now, what's that? What's the a TV series the other day on Amazon? I think it was Amazon. Could have been Netflix. It's called Devs.
The guy got digitized?
No, it's called Devs. I don't know if you've seen it. Did I mention it to you?
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, no. It was an interesting take on. Let me see if I can find it for you. IMDb. IMDb.com. That's my IMDb account. What was it called? Devs. DVS. That's the one. Mini-series. It was trying to work out. So it got 7.7 rating. Yes, I don't know who made it. Where did it stream on? Yeah, but anyway, so IMDb just tells you about the thing. Not, yeah, computer engineer investigates a secret development division in her company, which she believes is behind the disappearance of her boyfriend. It was an interesting video, a very interesting series, 8 parts. Had me, I binged watched for a whole day and a half.
Cool.
But it was an interesting video. Like, again, I can't really show it to you, unfortunately, because it's just it's it's copyright.
Service is it through?
I'm trying to find if we can find this. Who actually? I don't have Prime, so I don't have the extended version of IMDb. I don't have IMDb Pro. Full cast. So I got to get a Pro to find that. Storyline, keywords. Doesn't tell me who it was.
Television miniseries. It's on FX. Only available on Hulu.
Hulu. Was it Hulu? Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
And
that's one streaming service I refuse to get. So.
Well, you don't necessarily have to use. You can. I've actually talked about this before. You get a program like this one here. So where is it?
Well, I now have the VPN service, so I could do it now. Before I wasn't wanting to expose my expose my endpoint.
There's this thing here called MediaBox HD, right? This is an app you can put on your phone. Now I'm running a thing called BlueStacks on this computer here. BlueStacks is an Android emulator. I don't know if actually you've ever looked at this thing here. So there it is. That's MediaBox. It comes up, right? And MediaBox. Okay. Didn't I just start that? Come on.
There's this thing here called MediaBox HD, right? And now I'm running a thing called BlueStacks.
That's feeding back. That's feeding back there, Augie.
What emulator? I don't know if that's you.
Augie, that's feeding back. Feeding back. Feeding back. Okay, so just doing an update. Right, so come on, hurry up. Haven't run it up for a while, so there you go. But this is the way you can actually get most of these sort of TV series and everything else directly to your computer without having to go through all these paid services. Third time lucky. So there you go, discover, search. So let's do it. There it is. So there's the thing. It's got episode 1 through to 8, and I can watch it live without having an account in Hulu, without having an account in Amazon Prime or whatever else. It's just little secrets of the net. Okay, guys. I'm not too worried about whether it's legal or not. I'm not hosting. I've just got an app on my computer which emulates an app on my phone, which then I can go and put this app on my thing and go straight there and do it. Now, how is that considered to be illegal if I can just go ding, ding, ding and watch TV, right? If they want to have an issue, they go and chase the people who run MediaBox, not me, because I'm just using an app. Yes, there are some legality issues, but as I said, run a VPN. Anyway, so that's a little bit of an education for you on how to get around some of these paid services. Would you like to exit BlueStacks? Yes. Go away, quick, go away. Get back into the big screen. So there you are. I always try to teach you something, Get around. Okay, what VPN service do I use? I better suppose, I haven't done an update for that one as well. But yeah, so I can't turn that one on, or else it would just close the stream down because it changes my point of reference. But if you're going to use these sort of thing, you might want to think about using a VPN service as well. That's the one I use, VPN Express. I have an annual subscription. I think they're a good company and they're one of the best out there. You got different, like different places you can emulate where you're coming from. Singapore, Thailand, Los Angeles. If I want to, sometimes some of the Australian news services will not stream video unless, of course, I log into Sydney. Right, so now I'm not going to try to connect to it because, that again, not ideal to running a stream. Niall in Thailand, good morning. Yeah, so anyway, so a little bit of a how-to and all that sort of stuff. Mr. Mitch, I did watch Tremors last, the Shrieker Island, Tremors, that's an old one, isn't it? Debs is on Netflix, okay, thanks Roy. I knew somebody would come up with the answer on that one. I'm pretty sure that there was somebody, I think that's where I found it was on somebody mentioned it on Netflix and I just go find it. Yeah.
What to see?
Been watching Schitt's Creek. That's obviously
Schitt's Creek.
Schitt's Creek.
That's the U.S. one.
Is it? Okay, I might have to look into that
Not
one.
a rich family that gets stuffed in a hotel in the backwoods, basically. They're kind of up Schitt's Creek.
Yeah, on those media boxes and things, it depends on where you are and what country you're in. Like I know Australia puts, the Great Firewall of Australia, probably what might potentially sort of prohibit you from using something like media box. You'll have to emulate where you're coming from, like Singapore or something, which is a bit more lax on the those issues. But again, there's plenty of connecting points you can connect to with a VPN, and you'll find some place. Connect to Thailand, streams perfectly right in Thailand. And I don't sort of see, the media companies chasing down, Thailand government to shut down the services. So, we talk about we lose our freedoms here in Thailand. Well, freedoms in Australia, freedoms to watch what people are putting out there on the internet, right? And the government turns around and says, "I'm sorry, you can't do it." That is not freedom, guys. It's time to sort of wake up and smell the roses. Time to sack the government and get back to a more, time to get back to a more liberal and freer way of life, as far as I'm concerned. Called next. Okay, so there's a recommendation. Let's see if we can find that one there. Go back to IMDb. Where are we? So IMDb. Go over here. All right, and it's called Next.
Next is good.
Okay, so that's it. 2020. Okay, so it's a recommendation, so I'm going to add it to my watch list. That reminds me to go and check it out. It doesn't get as high a rating, but season 1. How many episodes we got in season 1? Oh, okay, it's running at the moment. Okay, 13th of October, 16th of October, 13th of October. I'll probably wait till the thing's finished. It's probably going to finish at the same time as Star Trek Discovery, which is I think episode 3 at the moment. I wait till the end of a series and then I'll binge watch. I can't be bothered waiting for it. I'm very much, give me it now. I don't want to wait.
You want the entire season in a single day.
That's it. Makes more sense to me. Anyway, it's on my watch list. I'll have a look at it later. Soy Dog Cowboy, g'day. How you doing?
He's been on for a while.
The power of Usenet. Well, I don't think Usenet's still there, but I remember the days of Usenet back in the old days. So you used to get your music, Usenet feeds, things like that. Well, A Long Way Up, Apple Plus is a great documentary. A show, two electric motorbikes travel through Southeast Asia. Okay, right, yeah. Long Way Up. I'll have to see if that one's also available somewhere. But anyway, Thai Western Relationship. Good morning, Paul. How you doing? Or good afternoon in your case. You're still in Australia as well. I guess it's Australia time. So what else have I missed? Because I've been getting sort of sidetracked. Quantum computing, Amazon, AWS instance will come along. Quantum with quantum billing rates. That wouldn't surprise me. Yes, exactly. But yeah, if you wanted that series, Devs, I actually quite enjoyed it. It kept me thinking and guessing what the whole thing was about until pretty much the very last episode. It all comes together in the last episode. I don't know if it's going to have a second season. They pretty much the first season pretty much culminates in the last episode. So they're calling it a mini series rather than a sort of rather than a season. What else we got? Totally. Good morning, Dallo. Right, Netflix. Okay, right. So where are we up to? I'm partial to Mullen for VPN. Yeah, WireGuard myself. Let's look. There's a few. I think another one that I see quite often talked about for VPN is Nord. I hear good recommendation for the Nord VPN. A few friends have got it. If you do want to buy one and get a billing, there is a link on my web page for. It gives me a free month by introducing a new customer. You're always welcome to do that. I think you get a month free as well. So I get a month free and you get a month free for you signing for 12 months. If you there you go. No, LMA, thank you very much. Couple market up. Keep the cane toads in Canberra, mate. Yes, exactly. But yeah, so if you do want to get a VPN service, the link on my page, I can probably find the link on my page and put the link up there as well. Hold on a second, let me just do that. I'm ExpressVPN. So I use run month free. Copy a link address, and then so ExpressVPN. So if you go and click that link, right, that'll give you a month free. It gives me a month free as well. Again, it's what goes around comes around. It's all good. What else? Where are we? Get that off screen again. Did some nice photos of you and Sue. Yeah, well, it's just again, all these fancy phones out there. My 11,000 baht phone takes absolutely great photos. It really does, doesn't it? Oh, for those who haven't seen the photos, let's see if I can find the photos for you. Talk about my photos. Photos. Google search. There we go. And I will just minimize myself on screen so you can see them. So, that was video call last night with Shania with her face app. That's Jerry with the Halloween mask on. There we go. So that's Jerry and Susie. Jerry and Susie again. Susie and me. Susie and me, there you go. Hanging out at she's got to do some t-shirts, Susie's, I know they got staff t-shirts, but they're always advertising Hard Rock Cafe Bangkok. Let's actually advertise Susie's Bar Bangkok, or the Down Under Bar. We need some Down Under Bar t-shirts. I have to make that recommendation and get some t-shirts made up for her. Just so we can promote her. And give them away maybe. Get a few done and give them away on the channel. But yes, a few photos from that from last night. LMA. We still have freedom of speech in Australia. I keep mine in a jar under the bed. Welsh John, hi Welsh John. How go, John? How you doing? Welsh John. I think we just call you John. Yeah, so Oggy tells he's using VPN Express. That's good. Where were we going to? We're totally. How crazy is Susie's bar? Susie's, yeah. Seriously, we went to Arno's yesterday, so I had this amazing teriyaki chicken burger, which you have to eat with a knife and fork because you cannot pick the damn thing up, with fries and Schweppes lemon soda for 190 baht. I think it's 221 baht with tax, I think it is, whatever. But absolutely, you can't go past an Arno's burger. And then we get to Susie's place, about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And the first thing there, she brings out, homemade chicken nuggets with real chicken. And then she follows up with, oh my God, I can't get my waistline down. I wear a down under skirt. Okay, fair enough. I wear a down under shirt. Okay. I don't know. That doesn't make sense, Sean. Come on.
He would wear a down under shirt. You said there's a down under.
I'd wear a down under shirt. Yeah, okay. So I have to talk with Susie about getting some made up. I know she's given me one shirt. She's given me something, but it's more like a staff shirt, and it's done in the with the collared version. I don't wear collared shirts. Collared shirts are for old people. I wear t-shirts. We need to make some t-shirts, not for collared shirts. Come on.
Tie-dye shirt would be okay. Tie-dyed shirt would be okay, like black and white. Tie-dyed.
Just to talk to her about, like I said, we got different other places. Let's see if we can get some down under t-shirts. Something like I can wear out. Get 2 or 3 different colours. Every time Sean just says, "Don't wear that colour today. Wear this colour. Wear this colour." She's always dressing me. That not match. Yeah, I'm wearing green today. I want you to wear green shirt. Says, well, I'm not doing the his and her shirt routine like some people. But she says, "I'm wearing green today. You have to wear matching green." So we got to wear matching colours, not so much matching shirts, but matching colours. It's a girl thing. But yeah, Susie is the best. That's right. Social Dilemma is worth watching. How social media is destroying everything. It's very scary. Look, Roy, I'd love to do a few of these sort of videos. I just keep on getting a bit lost with other things and getting sidetracked with life in general and taking a sort of a backseat approach to participation most of the time. I could really sort of get. People sort of say, I could get a few comments. Well, your channel's only 6,000 subscribers. Pretty small, isn't it? Yeah. How big's your channel, Mr. Know-It-All? Oh, I don't have a channel. Well, shut the fuck up. Really. I think that was a recent comment we had on that. Wildcard Sam, right? Wildcards. I guess I should ask her any safety tips for someone travelling for Thailand for surgery. Well, let me know. Hit me up on Facebook, then I can make sure you can link with her on Facebook. She doesn't approve. Her friends request list is a mile long, and I need to go and say one of my friends wants to ask you questions and sort it out. But yeah, hit me up, make sure we're on Facebook, then I can make sure that she hits you up on Facebook and you can chat with her as best as you can about all that sort of stuff, because I just know the overall how it all works sort of stuff. But as I said, she's the one who does the surgery, not me.
Have to evacuate the building. What, Mark?
What was that, Matt?
Oh, Mark Van Doren just said he has to evacuate the building to see us all soon.
Really?
Hopefully nothing.
Fire alarm. Weird. Thai Western. I'm looking forward to returning back to my second home and meeting up again. Well, looking forward to getting here. I said we've just had one of our friends. He's finally managed to get his COE and all that sort of stuff. Organised from the States coming back. They did let him in the country. He basically checked all the boxes, and that's all it is. It's just checking the boxes, guys. They'll let you in, but it's checking the boxes can be a bit of a problem. Xavier, $2,500 US a month. Yeah, I think you could have a fairly reasonable, comfortable lifestyle here. As a single guy, as a couple, depending on how many dresses you buy a month.
I plan on retiring on less than that. So,
it really is up to a level of what would you call it? A level of expectation. You could live here in Thailand for I've sort of said this before. You might not be able to sort of qualify for a visa on that money, but you could live here. Well, if I do Australian dollars, let's just change that to US dollars because we're talking US dollars. You could easily live in Thailand here on $500 a month if you are prepared to eat Thai food, Thai street food and that sort of stuff, and live in one of these 30 square metre what they call apartment style living. It's possible to do, right? You're going to lead a fairly meager or modest or frugal lifestyle. Simple lifestyle, but the food is wonderful. Thai street food, you can't go wrong. You're gonna put the weight on around you. That's it. Thai food is the best food in the world. That's it. You can't lose weight in Thailand, unless of course maybe you're a smoker. Smoking might keep your weight down. But that's it. The best food in Thailand is the Thai street food, and we need to do more of that street food, stuff and education on our videos. I know that. But yeah, so as I said, 4,500 baht a month. You can get a one-bedroom apartment. I've seen them as low as 3,500 baht a month. It's again, you'll have to think about electricity, so that's another 1,000 baht a month for the air conditioner. If you're going to have an internet service, you're going to want high speed, so that's another 500 baht a month, right? It's still going to leave you about 9,000 to 10,000 baht a month, for the month for eating food, and that works out to quite a reasonable sort of, reasonable sort of street food. It's average price of street food, or even in the cafeterias at the malls. Great selection of food. You're looking at 40, 50, 60 baht a meal, and you're going to eat 3 square sets. Say 180 baht a day in food, plus bus fares here and there. To get 10 baht bus fares down to the local mall, and what's going to happen is you're going to drive yourself crazy. That's the thing. How crazy is living in Thailand? We're living in Bangkok. It can get crazy like that. Seriously. But yes, $2,500 US a month. $2,500 US a month. You're going to have a fairly comfortable lifestyle. Depending, of course, where you are. I've seen condos in Bangkok that cost more than that per month. Would you be in one of those condos? Probably not. You're going to be looking at, again, a 30 square metre, furnished apartment, in the centre of, Sukhumvit or Lumpini Park or around that area. But still leaves you central to everything.
Or a little rural house, maybe, if you've got a vehicle.
Yeah, again, of course, vehicles means you're going to need a little bit more money for the care and upkeep of the vehicle. Care and upkeep of the vehicle. That can be a bit of a challenge. Tell him, as long as I'm not wearing a matching dress, yes.
What, no matching muumuus?
I'm the one who wears the sarong in the house. She wears her, nice lingerie, and a slinky, silk, no, what they call satin night shirts and things like that. I wear a sarong. I gotta just where I sort of. Where else? Warren, any more progress? Well, next week is our monthly check-in. We actually dropped in and had a look. We actually got tiles on the roof, and they've started putting in the foundations for the stairs to go up the second level. I didn't take any photos. We only just popped in to see how it was going, but we'll be there next Wednesday to make our monthly payment, and we'll just give you a bit of an update in that end close out of that video that we do next week. As for the banking, well, can't really sort of say. That's up to the banks. Banks are feeling a little bit stressed at the moment. They're not lending on 10% deposit. They're not lending to anybody on 10% deposit. They're being very, very cautious at the moment. If you're prepared to go to the 20% deposit, then they'll probably you can jump the queue. But all the numbers are right. As far as the consultations we've had with all the facilities, all the numbers are all in place, but basically the banks aren't lending. They're not lending because we are in a what they call a depressed financial economy at the moment. Basically every country in the world is in recession. Banks don't lend money in recessions. That's a well-known fact. Well, they will, but again, you've got to front up with more capital. Would have to live pretty far out. Well, I guess $1,000 a month. Yeah, you might live out of the city, but yeah, the cheap apartments were hard to get. Taxi to where sister-in-law lived. Okay, yes. Well, it depends on how far off the beaten path. The one thing is, of course, the taxis don't run up the side streets usually. But pretty much every soy will have what they call a motorcycle taxi running up and down, and just to need to know how to wave them down, because they don't run up and down the street because that costs fuel costs. You've got to, if you're living in a soy, like I could, the taxi ranks 100 at 7-Eleven, so 100 yards up the road. I could walk out and I could walk to the other side of the road, and I could probably catch one of them peeking down this street here, and I could wave him and he'd come and pick me up. But normally I just walk up to 7-Eleven and catch it from the rank. And usually at any soy will have two locations. It'll have a rank at the top of the street and one at the main Tannon Yai. So that's how it works. And during the busy times, they are up and down the street all day. But when it's at other times, they'll sit there on the ranks, and they will look down the street to see if anybody waves them, and then go and pick them up maybe. But most of the time, they expect you to go to the rank. But that's pretty much everywhere. So it's a wind taxi, then to get a bigger taxi. Sometimes, and again, it's a grab taxi. Again, the grab prices have come down, I think. Let me just see. I haven't looked at grab pricing lately because I catch the bus. Dismiss. Delivery to chauffeur. No, I want transport. Accept. What's to ride? No, not grab. Where to? Let's sort of. MRT Laksong. Right, so is it going to give me a price? They're not giving us anything. You just said Laksong, come on. Okay, I got to give the exit. Okay, exit 4. Okay, so that's picking up from my house. They would come to my house, right, for 105 baht. But if I go down, if I spend 10 baht to go to the Baitan Yai with the wind taxi, I can be at the main street and it would cost me 79 to 85 baht. So 85 baht, so it's 95 baht. So Grab taxis actually come down quite a bit in price, and that is them picking me up from the door. And you know, we're fairly local, so Grab service works quite well. The further you go out, the harder it is to get a taxi. You know, when we get to what do you call it? When we do move to a new house, and I want to go into Sukhumvit, I will probably have to rely on Grab taxis to put them on Sai because you know, it's, although there is a bus service on Sai, it's still an extra 2 kilometres from the main road, which means, you know, and I don't believe we've got a wind service on that road yet because it's fairly rural. It's, well, rural, commercial, whatever. Anyway. That's lowest level though. Her place was 150 baht a month. 150 a month. Okay. 0.5 interest now in savings. 0.5. I think I got on my savings account. I get 0.03 interest or something ridiculous. Well, the problem is what this is saying now. Banks actually want to give negative interest rates, which means they want to start charging you to hold money in their bank because there's a recession, and banks have got to make money. You know, that's one of the biggest things that I've been reading about lately. That's why they want a cashless society, because once they get a cashless society, they can then leverage what they call negative interest rates. Sort of, although you wouldn't see a negative interest rates, it becomes effectively negative interest rates being offered, which means they charge you for the banks to hold money. You know, Australia's trying to bring it in. There's a law. I think Alan Jones was made the big thing about it in March, April this year. He was, there's a whole bunch on the Sky News channel there about it, where they, this whole thing. They're trying to pass a law that any service offered over $10,000 must be made through a bank. Basically, it'll be considered money laundering if you pay cash. And the way they're trying to push it through, that's how it's, that's we've got to stop. We've got to stop the illegal trade of drugs. No, it's got nothing to do with that at all. It's got the fact that they just basically they want to have a cashless society. If you can tell your local congressman, whatever it is, you don't want it, make sure they stand behind that one, because we don't need a cashless society. Roy, I believe China is doing well, but again, I've tinfoil hats at a time. There's too much circumstantial evidence and timing to say the fact that virus wasn't engineered and it came and it broke release from the lab. There's just too much compounded circumstantial evidence that something comes from a wet market. I believed it was engineered and it was meant to happen. But anyway, such is life. Liv Muller, how far off are we with a cashless society? Well, hopefully it will be a fair long time here in Thailand, because as I said, we could not here even see a cashless society within 5 years in Thailand. 85% of the trade is done with cash here in Thailand. Like street vendors, where are they going to get swipe machines and FPOS machines? They're running a cart run on gas. How are they going to plug into it? Is it going to remove street food? No, that's a foundational part of Thai living. The unofficial workforce.
Even here in the States, even even the bums on the streets have Cube, so they can actually take scanned credit cards for donations on the street corner with the bums.
Really? Really?
Yes. Yes.
Well, like I know, like I seriously, I do know that I can get my, like Casicon Bank and easily, as long as you've got an account, I've got an account, here's some money. So you can do it on your phone, but I have actually
this is literally they got a little cube that plugs into the audio port on the phone.
Oh, okay.
And then you just swipe the card.
And it really?
Zip, and then the person signs it like they do a reader at the 7-Eleven, and that just goes right into their own bank account.
Yeah.
First time I saw that, it was like, you do not need any money.
Yeah, stuck in Florida, true Cashless Society. I think, we as a human species will buck that system as long as we possibly can. I do believe it'll eventually happen, where it's the only way we can control the economy at this at this level of population of the planet. We got they reckon we'll have 9 billion people on this planet by 2050. We're struggling at 7.5.
There will always be bearer credits. There'll always be some way to transfer money physically.
Yeah, excellent. Europe already has negative interest rates for quite some time. It's disguised at other ways and means, but it does exist. That's why they're the ones of the things, particularly pushing the cashless society, so the fact that they can rope it all in at the moment. eBay Australia notified me that next month no cash on pickup, as it has to be electronically. Crypto on my phone. I finally managed to get my Ledger Nano X. That's as far as I've got with my crypto at the moment. But I'm not feeling anywhere near pressured to jump on the crypto bandwagon right now. But I can see it's like...
We need a more selective virus, Dolo.
Well, what's he talking about virus? What?
He says 9 billion people. We need a better virus.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Obviously, this one didn't work very well.
We've
only lost a few thousand here in Arizona, so.
I think next time I go out, I got a shirt that I got from the market the other week. All my friends are walkers. I got to wear that one through Bangkok. But yeah, seriously, I wanted zombies. I really wanted zombies. I'm a Resident Evil fanboy. I wanted zombies. Come on.
I'd rather zombies than White Walkers.
No, not White Walkers. No, all my friends are walkers. That's from Walking Dead.
Walking Dead.
Yeah. Okay. And of course, if we're going to have zombies, I want the fucking Walking Dead zombies. I don't want what was the other one? World War Z. I don't want the World War Z zombies. No, I want the Walking Dead zombies, the ones that you can outrun.
I want Zombieland zombies.
Yeah, and what you do is when you build your house, you surround your house with treadmills, right? And you power then you plug them all in, and you can actually run your house indefinitely on walkers walking on the treadmills trying to get into your house.
just little incline planes. They just keep zipping around.
They just keep walking up, keep generating power. That's it.
And if they ever get to the top of the treadmill, there's an electrified cable that when they touch it, it blows them back.
Yeah, can I get a patent on that? I don't know.
I bet you could. A zombie-powered house. That's a good idea. I'm surprised they haven't put that in the movie yet.
I said Walking Dead. I gave up on the whole Walking Dead bullshit. I think I gave up after season 2. They'd worked out by the end of season 2 the best way to kill zombies was with a spear, right? And there was that girl that had the long sword, and she was chopping the heads off the zombies. Excellent way, and yet they're still running around looking for ammunition, right? Trying to shoot the frickers, really? Just stab them with a spear. I don't know. Is that series still running? I don't know. They gave up on it.
No, I think now they're on to the. There's a new one. It's a spin-off of it.
Hmm.
I Fear the Walking Dead, or I don't know, something like that.
Yeah. Lazada, I really couldn't sort of say. I use Lazada, but they always everything I've sort of seen, it didn't sort of seem to be COD. There didn't seem to be a COD option. Is what I'm getting at.
Most of the electronic, like,
Yeah.
I mean, Amazon will do like their Amazon, what do they call it? Their Prime Wardrobe. So you can try something out, see if it fits. If it doesn't, you can return it, but they don't charge you for it for 2 weeks.
Mm.
But if you haven't returned it in 2 weeks, you get charged for it. So it's kind of like a COD, but it's still electronic exchange.
Yeah.
It's still electronic system. They
When
don't offer a cash on delivery.
Yeah, when I do Grab, right, I've got a link to my entire account, and what they do is they take it from your account and they put it into holding and Grab, right, and then waits for the thing to go through and the delivery to be made before they get paid. But what still happens here in Grab, when you order your pizza, that Grab driver goes to the pizza shop. He actually pays cash across the counter for the item, right, and he only gets credited when the delivery is made, and it basically sits in holding on their account. But we used to do, I used to have a COD Grab food, but it just became easier just to link it to your account, and of course with the COVID issue, that just made it a bit easier. I watch zombie bar streams on occasion. Zombie bar streams? What are zombie bar streams? It's getting someone to pay your patent royalties during a zombie apocalypse would be quite a challenge. Fair enough.
Well, the idea is you patent it ahead of time, collect the money, and build your own fortress.
Yeah.
With the income off the patent prior to the zombie apocalypse.
Roy Good. I was using a ZT Cube for a while in London. Just another way to pay you without using cash. Okay, yeah. Walking Dead is still running in parallel with Fear of the Walking Dead. Okay. I can't see how they can make an ongoing series about that. It's more about the human versus human interaction with zombies. Are just I just gave up on some of the storylines. It was, seriously, if you actually had that situation, wouldn't you be working to let's do something about building a society rather than sort of attacking each other, It was because there was more death, I think, between the humans that hadn't caught the virus than there was. Yeah, anyway. But yeah, definitely if we have a virus and we have zombies, I want the Walking Dead style. I don't want the World War Z style.
Ooh, zombie hookers. There we go.
Wasn't it a movie? Wasn't it a movie? Pretty sure that was a movie.
Was it the one that was with the? Yeah. Well, I think it was zombie strippers.
Zombie strippers.
Zombie hookers. Yeah. That was like a Quentin Tarantino double feature. Was it? I gotta look it up.
Zombie strippers. There you go. 2008, Zombie Strippers.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, well, what did he get? What was the rating on that? Pretty low, 4.1. Oh, actually, it probably got a bit higher than what I thought the theme would. A zombie epidemic spreads throughout a strip club in Nebraska. Oh well.
Wasn't it a double feature? Wasn't there one that was a double feature with? It's the one about the guy who picked people up in a car and crashed it. What was that one?
I couldn't tell you. There's another one here, 2012, Zombies versus Strippers. What was that one? Tough. Sorry, I know I'm in the front of you. You can't see this shit. Zombies versus Strippers. 3.5. The Tough Titty is a strip club that's seen better days. Spider has been losing money on business for years. Now it's finally getting the traffic he always wanted. Unfortunately, most of his patrons are undead. Yeah, okay. Seriously. What's this one? Zomboovies. 2014. It's actually got a 6.3. What the hell? Zomboovies. I can't see any information on it. Comedy horror. What's it about? Give us a not even a storyline. Oh, language Japanese. Stuff that comes out of Japan, right? So, some of that stuff is crazy. Zombat. Oh, Zomboat. Zombie apocalypse unleashed in Birmingham, and sisters Kate and Jo together are unlikely travel companions. Sonny and Amar must flee their lives by canal boat. Zomboat. Okay, very good. Yes, gotta love some of the zombie crap that we have to deal with. I receive and send a lot of cash, spend a lot of cash to keep my finances out of the system. Mr. Mitch, I would thrive in a post-apocalypse office. Really? How do you work that one out, Mr. Mitch?
Yeah, one I was thinking of is Planet Terror and Death Proof.
Really?
Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez double feature.
Planet Terror?
Yeah.
What was that one about? Planet Terror. Robert Rodriguez. And after an experimental bioweapon was released, turning thousands into zombie-like creatures, it's up to a ragtag group of survivors to stop the infected and those behind the release. I somehow remember that's the shot with the girl with the freaking AK-47 strapped to her leg.
Yep. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, okay, but I thought it was something. I thought it was called something different. Did it have a name change?
I thought it was too. Because I could have sworn it was like
Grindhouse.
But yeah, Grindhouse is the name of the double feature. And the two movies within the double feature are Planet Terror and Death Proof.
Yeah, I remember I actually watched Grindhouse. I didn't realise it because it was one continuous movie, wasn't it? Well, when I got it, it was one movie. I didn't realise that actually okay, so that's what it is. So Grindhouse is what I remember. So I remember seeing that. That was a bit ridiculous.
Well, I mean, it's a Tarantino one, a Robert Rodriguez movie and a Tarantino movie. It was they're both ridiculous, but they're good. They're fun. They're just good. You know, they're just good, clean fun.
Good, clean fun. Yes, yeah. Anyway, moving right along. We're going to talk about crazy living in Bangkok. Well, it's crazy living in general these days, isn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, everybody's living crazily. I mean, it's like you can't escape to Bangkok right now. So it's like what was the movie I got? The one with Nicolas Cage as the assassin in Bangkok. I had to buy that movie and watch it.
Don't ask for head from a zombie hooker. She may hand you the head from another zombie.
Can I get a little head here?
Death Proof. What was Death Proof?
Yeah. That was the guy with the car where he'd pick people up on the roadside and then strap in.
I thought about becoming a marine biologist. Once a marine, always a marine. Yes, all my neighbours keep sharing their secrets with me, food, weapons, everything. Thing is, when when SHTF, they will most likely be caught with a Seattle and never make yeah, whatever.
Yeah, when shit hits the fan.
Yeah. When okay. Most likely be caught in a Seattle and most likely can never make it home. Yeah, okay. What foods do you miss from Oz? What food do I miss? Really good bacon, right? It's very, very hard.
Your Vegemite.
Well, Vegemite, I can get that here. I've actually found a shop so I can get it cheaper now. It's actually Tops on Sukhumvit. It's just up the road from what do you call it? The wine connection. There's a Tops there. We found it in Tops, so I did replenish my supplies at much cheaper than Lazada prices. But yeah. What do I miss? Okay, so what do I miss as foods? Well, I don't really miss them, but I have to say, well, there was bacon. Yeah, I was just thinking of the bacon. Bacon, I think because of the fact that the animal livestock or pigs, they don't cure them long enough to get that real, genuine bacon that we have in Australia. Like the bacon here is stinger. Yeah.
So somebody needs to come over and set up a true charcuterie.
I just don't think, because the fact that they just don't, the pigs don't probably get grown as long, right? And they kill them earlier, so they cull them earlier. They don't hang them for as long. They don't cure them as long, and so you don't get as that sort of really rich bacon taste. There are some brands you get on the shelf, but like you're paying through the nose for it.
Make your own. Get yourself a nice pork belly, salt it, cure it, cut it.
Yeah, well then you can go to that you need a proper smokehouse there.
No.
You think?
Just yeah. Well, it depends on if you want smoked bacon or what kind of bacon you want. I mean, there's different ways of doing bacon.
Well,
I'm just thinking. Salting.
Yeah, I'm just thinking the fact that this is something different. That this just doesn't taste as rich as what it used to. The Australian bacon. But I found a couple of brands that get close to it, but you are paying a lot more for it. But that's it. Bacon's pretty much the only one that I think that is lacking. Every other food, I love every other food here. It doesn't make me think about anything else. Where are we, sir? Bangkok Dangerous, the original Thai version is better. I actually downloaded that and started watching it, and I gave up on it. I didn't like the original version. I still prefer the Nicolas Cage version.
Of?
Bangkok Dangerous.
Yes, that's a good one.
Yeah, but there is somebody mentioned it, and I did find it. I did acquire it, and I started watching it. I couldn't sit through it. It just didn't have the same, magnetism to it. I suppose.
Do they have a remake or something?
Well, the Cage movie is a remake, yeah.
Oh. Now I'm going to have to go look that up.
So, there is it. Bangkok Dangerous 2000. That's the original there. The story of a deaf-mute hitman, so they changed the thing. The hitman was a mute, right? And his partner, who are based in Bangkok. He is friends with his partner's girlfriend, who's a stripper at a nightclub. They go about their assassination business as usual, as the boss climbs the underworld ladder and forms new alliances. Flashbacks explain how he got to this point in his life. He forms, and I think it was actually the thing to have the flashbacks, and it just was really a disjointed movie. I didn't like it, no. So I didn't even watch the whole thing.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't sound as. I like the Nicolas Cage one.
But yeah. Where Now the Marines are downsizing. All these stops to pay. Thanks, Google. Thailand is a food wonderland. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I need to do something about losing. I have actually put on some weight in the last month. I'm up to about 86 kilos. I've put a kilo on. I'm not quite sure where from either. I haven't done anything different for the last 9 months. The last month I just felt myself getting heavier, eating more food. Most of Nicolas Cage's movies have been quite poor in comparison to his, the stuff he did good, but I think he's starting to get back into the zone again. Lamb, yes, I believe lamb is difficult to find here in Thailand, and it's not one of well, when I was a red meat eater, I was quite partial to the lamb 4/4 chops and lamb cutlets. What they call the rack of lamb, the crown of lamb. I used to quite enjoy making one of those, properly sort of seasoned and herbs and everything else. But I gave up red meat before I, gave up red meat, 10 years ago or 11 years ago. So. When I'm there, I'll cure some bacon and ham. Good on you, Mr. Mitch. When you're here, you got to get over here. That's the thing. Getting over here is the problem. Granted, production quality wasn't the same. Yep. Apparently, that many Thais don't like the taste of my missus. Taste. My missus loves it. What's that? The bacon? So I'm just trying to keep track of what. Apart from egg and bacon roll, well, that's the thing. We used to sort of every so often, you rock up to work and on your way in, stop at the local shop there, and you could get what they call a bacon and eggs, toasted sandwich for, you rock into the office with the bacon and egg toasted sandwich into a barbecue sauce, mate. Best thing to start the day. When we get our kitchen and I get that organised, I'm going to start doing bacon and egg toasted sandwiches for breakfast. I could do that now, but it's just the fact that at the moment it's a bit hard to organise myself in the current kitchen because mother has claimed the territory there. Mr. Mitch has gained some tonnage. I'm only talking about a kilo, Mr. Mitch, not a ton. I should walk. That's one of the things I should do. I think I should walk more. I was reading somebody sort of said it the other day, I should do at least 30 minutes walk. So, maybe what I should do is I should walk up to the local temple and, greet the monks and then walk back home. That would be a 30-minute walk for me. 7-Eleven is only 10 minutes, 5 minutes there, 5 minutes back. Or would it have been 5 minutes? Probably 3 minutes. Probably 3-minute walk. These things are so convenient.
Walk every day in between the refrigerator and my desk.
Is that what you do? That's you can walk back and forth from the refrigerator. Just everything is so close at hand. I really do mean to do that video. I said to Jerry, come out next week. Come out and we can eat food in the soy, and we can do a video of just soy life. I've been waiting for Shonda to be around so that she can actually tell us, what shops were selling what. Then unfortunately I don't know half the shops there, and I don't know what they're selling. So it's like it's a misinformation video. I don't want to give in misinformation and have to get out my Google app translator to figure out what they're selling. It's going to make the job of doing a video quite tedious.
No, Angelina Jolie was the star of Gone in 60 Seconds.
Ray Galt has joined the crowd. G'day, Ray. How you doing? Greek cheese, Miss Greek cheese. There are. I think I have seen some camembert in the shops, but again, they it's very rare you'll find a good selection of cheese. Mind you, I've the Foodland here down in PopeKael, down in what do you call it, Victoria Gardens. They have a good range of cheeses, but again, cheeses are not really good without a good wine to go with it. So what do you do? I could quite easily sit down in front of, sit down somewhere with a good red and a plate of cheeses, but I got nobody to enjoy it with. Janja doesn't drink wine. She's, get the idea. I would just put on some tonnage if that was just me. Yes, leaving Las Vegas was one of his better ones. I really did enjoy that video. Was he also in Con Air? I'm pretty sure he did Con Air as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I quite liked Con Air. I thought that was one of his better ones. The theme was a bit on the loose side, but I think he played that well. I called the PM, but they declined to my call. What about? Somebody says, what about something? What about the milk? I actually stopped drinking milk before I left Australia. The only time I had milk was in my coffee, and I've pretty much given up coffee as well in the last 12 months. I still have the occasional, probably one or two lattes when I'm out and about, but the rule of thumb now with coffee is it's got to be fresh beans and ground beans and done through a barista. I won't drink instant coffee anymore. But when it comes to milk, it's just not in my diet. I'm not a milk drinker, apart from the occasional latte, which I think that's excusable. And I don't find that the milk in the latte is any way bad. Gone in 60 seconds. The star of that show was I didn't think the acting was very good in that one. It's pretty again short on theme, but it was I liked the fact that they were able to rip off cars in 60 seconds. That was part of the whole thing. Can I walk to my girlfriend's shop? Well, yeah, I could. It's a good long walk. But again, I just jump on a scooter and go there, or jump on my motorcycle. That's it. Everything's just so convenient. You just for the daily exercise or daily routine of life, you don't think about, oh, I'm going to walk down, 800 meters down to get to get dinner today. I'll just get on the scooter. What I should do is I should walk down to get dinner and sit down at the shop, eat my food, and then walk back home. So walk it off again. And maybe that's one of the things I need to start doing. I need to start walking to get dinner. It might mean that I'd take a camera with me and actually make the video that way.
Thanks for was it?
Who's that? Captain Mumbles, g'day.
How's it going? You well?
Oh, not too bad. Let me just equalise the volume there. Okay. Give me a test shout. Check 1 2.
Check 1 2. Okay.
There we go, yeah.
Everything.
Captain Mumbles, how are you?
I'm good.
So where do you hail from?
Well, we've met several times, mate. You don't recognise the voice?
Oh, there it is. It is Captain Mumbles. Now I got the voice. It's the leprechaun.
The leprechaun from Ireland. Yep.
The leprechaun from Ireland. So have you managed to work out a way to get back in the country yet?
Well, my plan was to come back in February, but I'm considering December actually.
Right.
If possible, so basically, I had to come home to get a new passport anyway, and had a few things to do, work-wise, etc. All that's being sorted, so I'm waiting on my new passport to arrive, and once that gets here, I can start looking into getting that STV visa thing.
Right.
And and then if I can get the clearance for that, I can just basically book my ASQ hotel and book the COVID test, and then buy my ticket and head over.
Good, good. We have another potential wingman for our nights out on the Sukhumvit.
Yep. Yeah, good stuff. It's the shenanigans in Bangkok.
Well,
actually.
well, that's the thing. So most of the expats that we hang out with coffee with, they're not drinkers to start with. So apart from me and Jerry and probably a couple of others every so often, like
Sure.
we're not drinkers. Or they're not drinkers. So it makes the wanders through the nightlife, a little bit short. So.
I still remember the last one we went out. That was quite the evening.
It was quite an evening, wasn't it? Yeah, the crazy shit we do here in Bangkok. Of course, we don't make videos. Well, we did do a little bit of video work, but we don't make big videos. I think those certain
Well,
areas.
technically, the last one we did was a short walk. Like, we pretty much just went straight from Susie's to the one across the road. Like,
oh, that one, yeah, that one. Yeah.
but I was like, Jesus, we just spent all night in there, and I was like, oh God, I spent so much money.
Yeah, well, those lady drinks, they rack them up.
They add up.
They add up.
They know what they're doing.
Yep,
They are experts at spending our money, or taking our money, I should say.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But that's what we do. That's part of life here, And, Dalla, see, it was after great. A couple of market up, Dalla. Said, good to have you along. We are trying to wrap things up here. It's gone to 2 hour. Well, we're not officially actually. The 2 hour mark's in 5 minutes time because we started 10 minutes late with all the shenanigans getting the bloody stream hooked up. But yeah, so last night was again sort of Jerry bailed on me. Well, we were there for about an hour. In the club that we're in, the one that plays the rock and roll music, and I just think he wanted to get home. Because like it's a whole day. We're out, like making tracks in towards Bangkok at 10 o'clock in the morning for the 11 o'clock meetup, and then today by 11 o'clock at night, we're time to hang up our stirrups, And it makes it a bit of a long day, but it's what we do. And Shania. I never query. I never query where Shania goes with her friends, and she lets me go with my friends, do my things with my friends, and this is what my friends want to do. So it's all good.
I was just going to give my suggestion for the Nicolas Cage movie that we were talking about. So, like, check out Raising Arizona and Bringing Out the Dead.
Raising Arizona and Bringing Out the Dead. I'm pretty sure I've seen both those. There we go. Took a while to come through. Raising Arizona.
That's a Coen Brothers movie. It's a really early Coen Brothers movie, actually.
87.
Yeah.
They won't play the clip. When a childless couple of an ex-con and an ex-cop decide to help themselves to and the family's quadruplets, their lives become more complex. Why do I reckon? I'm sure I remember the movie, but it's been so long ago. Was that Cage, was it?
This is funny, yeah. I think John Goodman's in it as well.
Full cast and crew. Okay, yeah, so John Goodman. Can't recognise any other big names, but I don't know all the names. Yeah, I got a feeling I have seen it. What was the other one?
Bringing Out the Dead, or Bringing the Dead, or something like that. Yeah, he's an ambulance driver. Bringing Out the Dead. That's a weird movie.
1999. I can't say I remember that one.
He's kind of, I think he's a drug addict or something like that, and then he's the ambulance driver, but it's just like, it's not really about anything. It's just a movie that's just got really weird characters in it. Like, everyone's a bit of a nut job in it.
I did ever see a series. There was a series called Legion.
Legion, no.
You haven't seen that? This is an interesting TV series. You ever get it? I'm sort of. Let me just quickly move so you can see the full screen. This was an interesting series. I watched all 3 seasons of that. talking about that Nicholas Cage. Xavier, couple of marks up. Dude, you're awesome. Be safe and careful. See you next time. Thanks a lot for joining in, Xavier. Great to have you along. But this is an interesting series. This one here, David Haley, a troubled young man diagnosed with schizophrenia, but after a strange encounter, he discovers special powers that will change his life forever. Basically, he's telepathic, or well, not so much telepathic. He's actually hosting an entity in his consciousness, and it's just really wide out. And the characters you see in this are absolutely bizarre, and I really enjoyed it. I really do plan to actually go and re-watch the whole 3 seasons of this again, because now that you've gone through the 3 seasons and you know how it all happens, just to watch it all again, back to back in one sitting, I think would be brilliant, right? Because I watched it 3 years in a row, and I've only watched the seasons in a row. I've never actually gone and binge watched the whole series. It's one thing I want to do at some stage. But it really, if you ever get a chance to watch it, it just totally blew me away. I loved it.
Good stuff.
Can you hear me, Ryan?
I can, Mr.
Mate.
Stephen. How you doing?
Good, mate. How are you?
Pretty good. How's life down in Tasmania?
Oh, not too bad. Not too bad.
How's things? How's your mother doing? You still taking care of her?
Mate, real good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
Yeah, she's doing great, actually.
Yeah, and how long before you reckon you're going to make it back here?
I reckon just after Christmas, Warren, because every country worldwide, including China, has to open up their borders before Christmas because they'll lose too much money.
Yeah, I think the money's...
my opinion. I'll just have a stab in the dark. We're losing billions of dollars. They won't do it. They'll open their borders up.
Yeah. We just had a case in Koh Samui. There's a French woman that just... Warren, couple of marker. There's a French woman that she'd just done her 2 weeks quarantine, right? She was out in the public for 3 or 4 days, and then she's come down with the virus, which seems a bit weird. Where did she get it from, and so on and so forth. But like they're trying to push a 10-day quarantine here at the moment, and trying to get that through, and that seems to be hitting brick walls left, right, and centre. And I think this situation with the French woman is probably going to curtail that reduction in waiting time as well. It's going to be sort of more ammunition for the people who are anti tourist at the moment, because there's a lot of feeling in the marketplace. Generally Thailand does not want visitors. They know they need the money, but they don't want foreigners coming here. And I think there was a demonstration in Pattaya when that busload of Chinese tourists arrived here a couple of days ago, from what I understand. Yes. There's a lot of ill feeling at the moment about letting Chinese into the country, and I think next month we've got Europeans coming in or something like that. It's bizarre. I'm trying to just ignore it,
Look, Warren, you can't stop it. They've got to make... Thailand needs to make money off the tourist industry. I can't remember how much of their percentage was, but gross GDP was tourist industry, but they need to let the tourists back in. They need to do it as fast as possible and quick as possible. But then you've got the other side of the story with the riots and so forth. So I don't know what's going to happen, really. But as far as the rest of the world goes, I'd say they'd all open just around Christmas time to get that Christmas dollar.
Yep.
So,
I was actually at the the Emporium yesterday, and the Christmas trees have all sprung up. I think it was one of the photos on my photo stream. Now I didn't show it, but yep. We got outside the Chanel. There you go. Nice white Christmas trees. I'm pretty sure most Thais wouldn't know what a white Christmas was if they fell over the damn thing. But yeah, white Christmas trees, and it's all being doled up for the Christmas period now. Such is life. That's how we are. But yeah, so Robert Groves. G'day. How you doing? I've been really slack at trying
to Robert.
following it.
Guys from our channel on here too. Shit.
Oh yeah.
Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. How's it going, man? You well?
Hey, mate. How you going?
Yeah, good, all good.
Yeah, that's great. Getting into the guitars, mate. I'll have to give you a call one day.
Yeah, cool.
Talk back Thailand. Thanks for this. Thanks for that, Stephen.
Oh, look, yeah. Look, I don't usually give to people, Warren. You know that, but your value for money, and I think you deserve it. So there you go.
Mate, some people just like to see a little tip jar jingle thing over little tip jar on the screen. They just like to see it go. I'm sure that's part of it. But we've had a good crew today. I said, like we had a bit of a shaky start with the stream. Like I got Streamlabs started, and it wouldn't hit the video. I actually had to go into the YouTube and tell it to start on the YouTube streaming page. I don't know if this is a new thing. You'll have to tell me if that's going to be sort of something that you're going to see this afternoon when you start your stream. I would join you, but thing is, it's dinner time. Every time I see you streaming, it's
no worries. Come when you want. Anytime you want to come on, I can send you a link every time. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, I do look for it, but as I said, most of the time I'm stuck somewhere in the middle of a hole in a game somewhere, and then I go, I need to get some food.
Where's that Steve Monash?
He's slacked off today. I don't know where he is. Mr. Monash, yes.
He doesn't talk much, does he?
He's all right. He's all right.
I was talking to him and Grant last night. I introduced him. Jesus Christ! I got a new name for Steve Monash. Turkey. Oh, couldn't get a friggin' word in. Oh, Jesus. Go for it, Steven.
It's all good. It's all good. Yeah. But anyway, I only really run. I normally only go for 2 hours. I try to wrap it up at the 2 hour mark. So we've just finished the 2 hour mark.
That's a good idea.
And it's been a great chat again. Usual crowd, the usual rantings and ravings. I really didn't stay much on the crazy living in Bangkok. I was going to talk more about the crazy living in Bangkok, and I think with the full start with the stream today, I just lost the plot altogether. We started a bit more talking about movies. 8mm, yeah, that was another movie. Is that a Cage movie? 8mm.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that one.
That was a good movie. I really did enjoy that one. But that, again,
you're talking about what's his name?
Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage. I reckon his movies lately have been pretty bad. He's doing all B-grade stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went straight to B movies. Like his last good one, I'd say, was Kick-Ass. Like he was pretty good in that one.
Which one?
Kick-Ass.
I don't know that one. He used to make great movies. He was one of my popular favourite actors, and lately, over the last 15 years, he's been doing just rubbish.
Ironically,
well, not rubbish, but very B grade.
Ironically, his movie Bangkok Dangerous was kind of like the beginning of his B movies.
Wasn't real good, was it?
Ghost Rider. I remember Ghost Rider. That was one of his. I liked that. I liked The Wicker Man. I liked Ghost Rider.
Didn't like that one too much, but yeah.
I have no idea.
Those Raiders of the Lost Ark ones. Raiders of the Lost Ark was
National Treasure. They were all right, I thought.
They were really good. I liked them. Anything before that?
I remember that sort of stuff. But yeah, so. What's Season of the Witch? What's that? Drive Angry.
Oh, Season of the Witch. That was a bit over the top. Shit. Yeah. I did nightmares watching that one.
Did you? Frozen Ground, The Croods, Joe, Rage.
That's when he's the witch or something. He'll get burnt.
Yeah. Dog Eat Dog. I haven't seen any of these things.
No.
But he's constantly making movies. He's out there.
I think he's pumping out one a week now, isn't he?
So looking at his filmography, there's a 2021. It's still in production. It's post-production. It's Pig and Prisoners of Ghost Island. But I said he had one.
He can make such great movies. That guy.
Yeah, six movies of 2019. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 movies of 2018, 2017. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like looks like his agent is saying you must do six movies a year, or we won't agent for you or something. I don't know.
Jeez, who does 6 movies a year?
Nicolas Cage. Look at his filmography. It's crazy. Yeah. No wonder he went down the gurgler for a while. He said burnout.
He was married to Elvis Presley's daughter, wasn't he? Was he?
Can't remember.
Yeah, he wasn't he? He was married to
before she was married to Michael Jackson.
Or Michael Jackson. Which one was it? No, it was Lisa Marie. He was married to Lisa Marie. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, no, he
Yeah,
wasn't.
it's
Anyway.
2 years. Uma
No,
Thurman.
she was married to both Michael Jackson and Nicolas Cage.
Same time. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Lisa Marie was a really good-looking girl in the days, wasn't she?
Mm.
Yeah, she was pretty good. Going through his list of movies at the moment. I actually seen that one Primal in Thailand last year. It was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Frozen Ground. That was the one about the serial killer in Alaska.
Yeah. When you heading back to Thailand, Niall?
I was just talking about that there. So like initially my original plan was February, but I'm a bit worried about the numbers in Ireland, like the cases of COVID. Like we've kind of gone from having a very good position, like we were number 80 on the list of countries that were dealing with it, and we've gone from 80 to number 66 in the last kind of 2 months. Like so I'm like, oh fuck, that's bad. Like we could end up in the top 50, and if you end up in the top 50, then your chance of getting back in are diminished considerably. So I think it's better to go sooner rather than later.
At Christmas time, they're going to let us go to Korea. I can't remember what it was. Korea. Yeah, Korea and somewhere else. I can't remember what it was. And I think they will let they'll put in Vietnam and Thailand, so I should be able to get across. I hope.
Yeah.
But all these plans to go just after Christmas, and they've all just stuffed. Can't go anyway.
Mm.
So I've been running around buying shit, eh?
But at least Vance, he managed to get his COE and all that sort of stuff. He managed to organise it all from he was on his way from Thailand to Cambodia, not to Colombia, right, in April.
Who's that?
Our friend Vance. He's a Bangkok expat. Okay. He lives here in Bangkok. He was doing an outbound trip to Colombia in March. He landed in Texas as one of his stopovers, right? And the day he landed there, they closed Colombia and they closed Thailand. And he's been stranded in Texas for 9 months. He's finally just got back in the country. But
what nationality is he?
He's an American, but he's basically a Thai expat. He lives here. I think somebody's been able to pay his condo fees and all that sort of stuff. He's been held up in Texas, but still has to pay rent in his condo here and everything else, and absolute farcical situation. But as I said, he did.
The Thais I'm talking to in Thailand, one as yourself, and they seem pretty happy.
No, totally. We don't sort of see anything like everybody else has experienced. We knocked the problem on the head. Well, I didn't, but the draconian measures that were introduced in March, which saw a lot of discontented people.
Oh, that was silly, wasn't it? You're walking into a supermarket and washing your hands, and walking out of the supermarket and washing your hands. Geez, it was 3 months later before Tasmania picked it up. We'd been covered in coronavirus meantime, though.
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't believe it. Thailand's supplying hand wash when you walk in and into supermarkets. This is the start of it, and they got straight onto it. But in Australia, they were just walking and coughing all over everything and licking things and putting it back. And crazy. Oh, all they were doing was buying toilet paper.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But yes, we did some draconian things here, but it seems to have worked. Can it be replicated? No, it can't be replicated because it had to be done at the start, not after it's already in your country. Now that you're in the country, you have to just really rely on the sort of medical system to actually keep up with it. And
when you go outside now, Warren, do you still have to wear a mask?
I take one in my pocket, but it's really these days when we're outside, if we walk down, if there's more than 50% of the people that we're walking down the street with have masks on, you feel obliged to put it on, just to be one of the crowd, and it's really that social interaction thing. But generally, the only times we put it on is when you're going into a supermarket or into 7-Eleven, pretty much establishments. But outside, people are sort of very blasé with it. Public transport, you've got to wear in public transport on the BTS, on the MRTs. Those close anything with a enclosed public space, I think really constitutes, they expect you to wear a mask. And I have sort of seen tyres being pulled up for not wearing a mask. And there was some tyres on the MRT Lak Song doing some sort of film shoot at Lak Song MRT, and one of the camera girls there didn't have the mask on, and she was quickly pointed out by the security guard there. Put the mask on, and she put the mask back on. But that's the MRT. It's that's pretty much it. Everywhere else, and we had lunch at Arno's. We're not wearing a mask when we're eating. Of course, when we left the restaurant, then we put the masks on to go down the lifts and go outside. From there, we went to True Coffee. Once we were inside True Coffee, masks come off because we're drinking coffee or drinking squash in my case. Then we left there. You put your mask on to walk through the shopping centre again. Right, you get outside, jump on the MRT, get off the MRT. Got to Susie's, mask back off again. So, and we're at Susie's there for 3 or 4 hours. No mask on at all on. So that's the sort of way it is. It's. But again, we don't have a virus. We don't have the virus spreading around. With unknown people.
Look, Tasmania, Warren. We haven't got this the coronavirus here at all. Nothing. The whole island's secured.
Yeah, and I think they should keep it secure. They should have a.
Yeah, well, apparently they can open up the island to the mainland, and so we could possibly, if we could leave from Hobart, we could possibly travel directly overseas and have that bubble thing they call it with any country really that hasn't got it, of course. But unfortunately, I think we have to travel to Melbourne to get planes. But couldn't they just bloody do something? I mean, fly to Singapore and let you get Singapore locked down, or what? But they got the virus and bad, or.
What did you do with your Learjet? Can't you just fly on your own Learjet? I thought that's what's...
No, I can't, mate. It's got a flat tyre.
It's got a flat tyre. Damn. Well, you got to get those tyres fixed, mate.
The thing flies, doesn't it? I forgot.
Oh, I know,
yeah. I reckon if they Hobart flying directly to Singapore or something, then you could get connecting flights out of Singapore or something like that, or that'd pay, but they're not doing it. There's another thing I was thinking about the other day, Warren. So you got all these airlines with, they're losing money. If they fly to whatever, they're going to lose money, they reckon, right?
Yeah.
Why doesn't the Thai government subsidise, say, Qantas, to fly planes, say, half full of, a plane load full of tourists there, subsidise Qantas, right? So the tourists get there and spend, what on an average, 10 grand, I suppose? I don't know.
Yeah.
So that 10 grand is in the Thai pocket. But that they may have subsidised Qantas $200 or $300. I don't know. You could sell the airfare instead of. I think they'll go for about $700-800 when they all open up from Australia, which used to be $550, I think. Subsidise it. So they'd have to give Qantas say $200 or $300 for every passenger, but you're going to gain 10 grand at the other end.
But doesn't that require some logical thinking?
Yeah,
so I think we just answered that question ourselves, didn't we? It's just, this is the thing. Nobody thinks like that. They totally make sense. No. But it's like typically, I think we've talked about that before in Thai restaurants and Thai eateries. I think it was you mentioned it a while back. Was it who else had something about the fact that put out a special, put a daily special, give away, with your steak, free fries, It just seems to be, it's an anti-Thai thing to give something away.
Big time. I used to own a restaurant, mate. You
that's
give
it.
Nothing away for free.
That's it. I think it was you used to say it, yeah.
I had a Venus Schnitzel on special. I was trying to explain to that other person, to other people. So they come and they order a Venus. Not everybody's going to order a Venus Schnitzel. They're going to have a beer at exorbitant prices and dessert, which you put up and blah, blah. But you get them in with that one meal. And as I was trying to say, put it out for cost. It doesn't happen in Thailand. You don't do those sort of things.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just that as I said, you spend money to make money. That's what we usually sort of say.
That's exactly right. But Thais don't think that way, Warren.
That's interesting. Yeah, well, actually, I've seen Shunya doing it on some of her specials on her shop, but
she's got a Falun boyfriend, so she probably learns.
She probably learns a little bit of this, I don't know how well it builds business, but I said
wasn't it Venus Schnitzel? It was like a pad thai or something. I said put it out for cost. If it's $80 in a restaurant, or sometimes it's about 100 now in a restaurant. I think, aren't they now?
Yeah.
Pad thai.
Yeah. Well,
so do it for 60, right?
Yeah.
And they come in, or 50, whatever. They come in, they'll order something, either water, or beer, or coffee, or whatever,
Yeah.
Yeah. No, can't get away. No.
You off, are you, Robert? See you, Robert. Bye. Good having you join us.
Yeah.
Sorry, we are trying to wrap.
Well, guys.
We are trying to wrap up. So this is one of those things.
Okay, sorry, I'm talking to you.
Oh, that's right. That's all good.
Okay, Noel.
Spanish flu has lasted 2 years. Hopefully, this one will be. Again, we can have all those discussions about what ifs. This is one of the. We're just going to ride the storm. Biggest problem we've got here is we actually we're more inconvenienced with the salon with rain than we are with anything else at the moment, because the girls don't get their hair done when there's rains, and if there's too much rain, the soy fills up with water and they don't want to get their feet wet. We've had a couple of days of dry weather now, so it's pretty good. But yeah, I do want to wrap it up. As I said, we had a bit of a shaky start. We're trying to get the thing. Just check that. You might want to do a test run tonight to make sure everything works. Looks like something's changed in YouTube again. I couldn't get Streamlabs to hook into the video. I had to actually go to the streaming page on YouTube to actually do a second connection. There was a button there that says say connect the stream, and I had to click that before it would actually sink in. That might be something going forward. Maybe they put a limitation in there. So just check. You might need to do a test run them tonight or even this afternoon just to make sure it's working. Anyway, thanks for joining us. Thanks for all the super chats, guys. Thanks for your patronage, and we love yous. We'll catch up with you next week. Hopefully we'll stay on subject and bring you some more entertainment. Or movie reviews, who knows? Maybe we'll start a movie review channel.
We used to do that before, remember?
We used to do it a bit, yeah.
Kevin, we used to go to the movies. It was on. It was cooking. I think, were we? Was it? I can't remember.
Okay, it's been a couple of years ago. Anyway, love yous and leavies. Let me find the closing track to get the closing screen, and we'll catch up with you next time. Peace out, stay safe, and wear your mask.
Yeah, I'll see you all later.
See you all later. Don't forget, that's where I am. Still has social media channels. Yeah, special thanks to all our patrons and super chatters and everything else. You're all part of the team. Show your support. Like these, share, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. See you next time. And do some binge watching. We love you binge watching.